Today we are embarking on a 2-flight adventure from Kuala Lumpur to Sydney with Singapore Airlines. An unexpected aircraft swap at check-in placed us on a wide-body aircraft for the first leg, setting the tone for an unforgettable experience. But the real highlight, traveling on the iconic A380 featuring Singapore Airlines' latest business class cabin. What makes this cabin stand out and how does the entire journey unfold? Join me as we explore every detail of this remarkable trip. Let's start our journey in Kuala Lumpur. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna fly Singapore Airlines from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore and all the way down to Sydney, Australia. Currently at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Gonna check in, fly our short hop down to Singapore on their 737 MAX flight, and then we're gonna board the A380 from Singapore to Sydney, all in business class. Let's go! After a day and a quick stopover in Kuala Lumpur, it was finally time to kick off the trip. The weather was perfect and I was pretty excited to see what Singapore Airlines had in store for the rest of the journey. So I'm really curious how Singapore Airlines is. I've flown them before in business and they were really good back in 2019. Now we're gonna check in and see how the airport is. Check-in was smooth and stress-free thanks to Singapore Airlines' dedicated business class counters. Within minutes, we had our boarding pass in hand and we were on our way. Well, check-in complete. Was a really nice check-in experience. Singapore Airlines has 2 flights departing from this terminal now in 1 hour in between. So she bumped us to the first flight, that is an A350. So I guess we're not doing the 737 MAX, but now we get a full size business class seat, so that's super nice. We only have 1.5 hours here now, so we have to go through security and maybe go to the lounge. We have a bus gate, she said. So a really nice experience, check-in experience. There was a dedicated fast-track lane for business class passengers, which made the security a breeze. Quick and easy and actually kind of fancy. With time to spare, we decided to check out the lounge provided by Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines doesn't have their own lounge here, but we are invited to the Placa Premium Lounge. So let's see how that is. So inside the Placa Premium Lounge, Singapore Airlines has its own little dedicated area for only Singapore Airlines passengers. Really nice. Kind of quiet here, and that's really strange since there's an A350 and a 737 MAX that is departing almost at the same time. But yeah, I don't complaining. The other side of the Placa Premium Lounge is really crowded, as it usually is. But yeah. So nice, good ground experience here in Kuala Lumpur. The private area also had its own buffet with a variety of options to choose from. And of course, we couldn't resist grabbing a few of the awesome Singapore Airlines coasters as souvenirs. They were too good to leave behind. With boarding time approaching, we made our way to the gate, which involved a quick bus ride to the satellite terminal. Soon after, we were stepping on board the aircraft and being warmly welcomed by the crew. As we head to our seat, let's take a look at the layout of this Airbus A380 and see what makes this aircraft perfect for short-haul and long-haul flights alike. This particular Airbus A380 is part of Singapore Airlines' wide-body fleet and is typically used on long-haul routes. The cabin is split into 3 classes. At the very back, you will find 187 economy class seats in a 333 layout. Moving forward, there's a smaller premium economy cabin with 24 seats in a 242 layout. These seats offer extra legroom and better recline. And at the very front, the main attraction, 42 business class seats arranged in a 1-2-1 layout, giving every passenger direct aisle access and plenty of personal space. Getting these massive seats for such a short hop felt a little bit surreal. I mean, lie flat business class for under an hour feels a little bit over the top, but hey, I'm definitely not complaining. So just got on board, was a little bit run actually because we were too long in the lounge and we didn't know that the bus was gonna take so long time, so just boarded now. Almost everyone else is. The cabin is super nice. It's really private here. Really high walls and yeah, So this is a really short flight. I think the airtime is around 45 minutes or something. They are going to serve us something, so that's going to be impressive. Just had a welcome drink. It was a choice between orange juice and some alcoholic thing. What was the alcohol one, Lisa? What was the alcohol one? It was a Bellini. I didn't know it was alcohol, so I should have taken that one, but yeah.
Since I flew the exact same type on my way back home after vacation, I will do a full in-depth review of these seats in a later video on my channel. So that's a good time to tell you to subscribe to my channel so you get all my new videos in the future. It would help me and my channel a lot.
So this was a really short flight. The airtime was 40 minutes. They were able to serve some food as well, so that was really impressive. Just got in Terminal 3 now, going to Terminal 1 for our next flight, but first we're gonna go to the Kris Fly Lounge.
One thing I always use when I'm traveling is a VPN that shields your digital life from hackers and anyone else that wants to snoop on your data. I have partnered up with Private Internet Access, or PIA, as today's video sponsor. I've been using PIA myself for the last 10 years privately, and I reached out to them to see if they could sponsor me. And if you use my link in the description below, you support me and my continuous work here. And you will also get 83% discount and 4 months completely free. And if you're using PIA, your data is shielded from anyone else. And you can also select any other countries in the world that you want to be in. So if you're streaming Netflix or accessing gay-restricted content, PIA can avoid that. So yeah, check out the link in the description and use my link. I will be really happy.
We landed smoothly in Singapore, one of my all-time favorite airports. With a few hours before our connecting flight to Sydney, there was only one logical place to go, the Silver Kris lounge for some food and a little relaxation. The lounge is huge and has a lot of seating options. Once you enter, a staff member will scan your boarding pass before you are welcome in. All Singapore Airlines Business Class passengers and Star Alliance Gold members are invited to the business class section of the lounge. There is a first class lounge as well, only accessible for first class passengers and Singapore Airlines PPS Solitaire members. The buffet had a great mix of options, from local favorite like dim sum to western staples like fries, nuggets and sandwiches. And drink-wise there was something for everyone, soft drinks, beers and even champagne. Overall, the Singapore Airlines Business Class lounge has everything you need and want in a lounge. Good drinks, good food variety, large variation of seating options and space, and clean bathrooms and showers. After a couple of hours, it was time to head to the main attraction of this journey, the upper deck on the Airbus A380.
Okay, just had an amazing time in the Silver Kris lounge, a really good lounge. Now we're headed to, or we're gonna shop actually first. Someone is gonna shop, but we're headed to the gate and soon it's boarding. We're gonna sit on the upper floor or second floor on the A380. That's gonna be really cool to experience that. So yeah, see you at the gate.
After a bit of a last-minute shopping, we made our way to the gate, just in time to catch a glimpse of the giant that would take us to Sydney, the iconic Airbus A380. Even if you've flown a lot, there is something about the size of this aircraft that still feels impressive. Singapore Airlines currently operates 10 of these double-decker giants, with 2 more in storage. The A380 is split across 2 full-length decks. The lower deck is reserved entirely for economy and premium economy passengers, while the upper deck houses all the premium cabins. Starting at the lower deck, you will find 343 economy class seats laid out in a 3-4-3 configuration. In the forward section of the main deck, there are 44 premium economy seats laid out in a 2-4-2 layout, offering more pitch, wider seats and a generally more comfortable ride. The upper deck houses all the premium cabins, starting with a huge business class section. There are 78 seats arranged in a 1-2-1 layout split into 3 zones. For this flight I had picked the seat 19 kilo, a window seat located towards the rear of the cabin. All the way in the front you will find 6 private suites, each come with its own separate bed, a reclining seat and enough space to feel more like a hotel room than an airplane cabin. Boarding began just as we arrived at the gate, and unlike most aircraft, this one had us walk uphill literally to reach the forward door on the A380's upper deck. It's a subtle reminder of just how huge this aircraft is. At the top of the jet bridge, we were greeted by Singapore Airlines' always graceful crew, who welcomed us aboard and guided us to our seat. Waiting at my seat was a plush pillow and an amenity kit, slippers and a sleeping mask. The full bedding set, including a second pillow and a mattress topper, was neatly tucked into the footwell ready for use later on. These seats are designed in collaboration with Jamco and JPA Design, and while they don't offer some of the newer business class bells and whistles, like sliding doors or Ultra HD screens, the overall look is still clean, modern and elegant. Although this is technically a different seat from the one on the Airbus A380 I flew earlier, the similarities between the two are striking. Aside from a few layout differences, the experience feels remarkably consistent, which isn't a bad thing at all.
Wow, just sat in the cabin. It's really nice, and the crew has been amazing just during pre-boarding, or boarding. So it's. I think this is going to be a good flight. I'm going to show you around there. It's super nice cabin, and the crew is nice, and yeah, we're going to go on with a full seat tour in a little bit.
As boarding wrapped up, the crew came by with pre-departure drinks. Naturally, I went for the champagne, along with some hot towels to freshen up before takeoff. Always a nice way to settle into a long-haul flight. With the doors closed and everything ready, we pushed back and headed to the runway, taking off into rainy skies of Singapore just past midnight. Tonight's journey would take us approximately 3,900 miles flying south over Indonesia and across the entire Australian continent, before landing in Sydney around noon local time. Let's take a deeper look of these business class seats, because there's a lot going on here. Like the A350 version, this one features a large cocoon-like shell upholstered in a sound-dampening material. There is no sliding doors, but the privacy is still excellent thanks to the high walls and thoughtful design. Right in front of you there's an 18-inch touchscreen display. Just to the side of it there's a smart storage slot with a pop-up flap, perfect for a passport, glasses or any small essentials. On the opposite side there is a fixed side table for placing drinks or snacks. Under the seat you will find generously open storage. The padded ottoman and the side ottoman provides enough room for a backpack or even a small trolley bag depending on the size. To the side of the ottoman there's a universal power outlet, USB-A port and an NFC reader. Everything within easy reach. On the side of the large console is a flip-out armrest, though I found it a little bit small and didn't end up using it. In the console itself you will find a Panasonic IFE remote, which you will find on most planes these days. During boarding, the console table had an eye mask, slippers and socks. There's also a flip-over mirror, which is nice if you need to refresh before landing. Behind the seat is a personal reading light and what looks like a headphone hook, though I'm not entirely sure. There's also another USB-A port and your headphone jack neatly tucked into the corner. Seat controls are positioned intuitively along the side of the console with buttons for lighting, seat adjustments and even turning the screen off. The tray table slides out from the console and folds open. It is large, sturdy and best of all, you can actually get out of your seat while it's extended. On the opposite side of the seat is another armrest and a well-padded seatbelt for comfort. Storage overall is a bit limited, but there's a slim literature pocket by the side ottoman, just big enough to stand a laptop vertically. That's also where you will find the provided noise-cancelling headphones. Inside the angled footwell is your full bedding kit, a mattress pad, blanket and a very fluffy pillow. The design angles you slightly sideways when sleeping. More on that later once I test it out. There are no overhead air nozzles, but we did get a little seasonal touch, a Christmas ornament hanging above our seat, since this flight was on New Year's Eve. And one more thing I like about this cabin, the middle seats don't have the overhead bins, which makes the space feel wide and open and much more breathable. With the clock pushing past midnight in Singapore and nearly 2 AM in Sydney, I decided to head straight to bed. Singapore Airlines doesn't provide pyjamas in business class, so I changed into my Qatar Airways set from a previous flight. It also gave me a perfect excuse to check out the lavatories before settling in. Singapore Airlines has 5 lavatories available for business class passengers on the A380. 4 are grouped together near the galley between the second set of doors, and 1 is located all the way in the rear of the upper deck. Now, while Singapore Airlines has gone all out on suites bathroom, the business class ones are more standard but well maintained and stocked. Amenities come from the Penhaligon's Quercus range, including facial mist, perfume and hand lotion. You will also find drawers stocked with useful extras like shaving kit, toothbrushes, toothpaste and combs. With my pajamas on and freshened up, I headed back to my seat to set up the bed for the night. By now, most passengers had gone to sleep and the cabin was dimmed for the night. I reclined the seat into a fully flat bed and got comfortable.
So just laid down Bed is comfy. I think I have not enough shoulder space. It looks like it. I'm laying slightly angled, as you can see. The screen is there, and I'm laying next to the screen. It's not a problem, and the footwell is okay size, so that is nice. Just got a Singapore sling and some nuts. Also got the Amenity kit. Gonna look at that after I'm slept. Now it's time for a little power nap of hopefully 4 hours, and then we're gonna have a dinner and arrive in Singapore. See you in 3 to 4 hours. Good night. Good morning. Just woke up. I think I slept for around 4 hours. Got waking up with the crew, and now it's dinner time. I have pre-ordered, so I'm gonna have the famous beef, the chicken satay. So, yeah, now it's dinner. Let's eat.
Singapore Airlines is famous for the Book the Cook service, and for good reason. You can pre-order from over 30 different meals ranging from local Singaporean dishes to Western, Indian, Korean and vegetarian options. Even though I pre-selected my dish online, printout menus were still waiting at the seat. Depending on the timing of your flight, you will get a combination of refreshment, dinner or sleeper service menus. After a quick refresh with another hot towel, the crew set the table with a cloth and brought out the breakfast-style tray, fresh fruit, orange juice, coffee and a flaky croissant. Next up, the famous chicken satay. And if you've never tried it before, it's worth flying Singapore Airlines just for this. Tender, flavorful and served with a rich peanut sauce, it's an absolute classic. I skipped dessert since I was still full from the lounge, but this meal was the perfect way to wrap up the in-flight experience. Once the crew cleared my table, I took a moment to check out the Amenity kit, and this one is brand new. Singapore Airlines has partnered with the New York-based perfumery brand Lavabo to create a refreshed business class kit. Inside you will find a hand pomade, face mist and a lip balm. The rest, like toothbrush, razors and combs, can be found in the lavatories. This A380 is also fully equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. It's complimentary for all passengers in suites, first and business class, as well as Kris Flyer members flying in economy and premium economy. Basically, if you sign up for a Kris Flyer account, you're good to go. That said, don't expect blazing fast speed. I clocked just 1.6 megabits down and 0.1 megabits up. So it's more for checking emails than streaming YouTube videos. Now, if you've been following my last 2 videos, you know I had a little giveaway running, offering up a free pair of Qatar Airways pajamas in size large. As promised, I picked a winner using a random comment generator over at commentpicker.com. And congratulations goes to @BardScience. I will be reaching out to you to get your shipping info, and enjoy the PJs and thanks for watching. As the sun began to rise, the crew made their final preparation for landing and handed out immigration cards. I headed to the lavatory one last time to change out of my pajamas to get ready for arrival. Looking out the window as we descended, I couldn't help but reflecting on the journey. 2 flights, 2 lounges and a ride on one of the most iconic aircraft in the world. But before we wrap up things, here's my final take on Singapore Airlines A380 Business Class.
Well, this was Kuala Lumpur via Singapore to Sydney. A super flight, really good crew. The crew were really, really good. The food was also great, really tasteful. It was too bad it was a red-eye flight because I had to sleep. Slept for around 4 hours, but overall, a nice cabin. I like the A380. And yeah, until next time, have a safe flight.